In this video, we're going to pick up where we stopped on the last video where we picked the perfs, and we're going to go where we got generated the rotations. We're going to go apply the rotations, QC one of the perfs here, and then locate it and show it on the display on the location map where it shows up. So I'm going to hit the PS button here so we can go to do some signal processing. We're going to select rotate 3C. We're going to select our orientation file, which is that one. And then we're going to do choose the weld to XYZ option. And then you hit apply. It'll say, do you want to set this? You say yes, it's default. And then you'll notice that when you come into this window again, you'll have the original here and then the rotate 3C, and you can choose your file here and then just use these arrows right here to advance and show what the files look, what the rotated data looks like. So you'll notice, let's zoom in a little bit here. Let's go like that. So you'll notice what your events look like, what your traces look like now, and you should start seeing some very consistent phase matching between the wavelets now that the sensors are all rotated. So let's go here. There you can see you're getting the low break on the red channel, which is the Z on all of them. You're getting a high break on the blue channel. So you can go to here, same. And the same, you'll see this, the phase changes to match there on each of the sensors as well. Oops, sorry, wrong button there. Should have hit that. Same, the amplitudes are lower on this perf in some areas, but that you do get I should have pointed out that you can also change the amplitudes of the traces by going like this, using these up and down arrows. So for this event, you kind of want to do that to make sure that you're seeing the phase changes being the same. Obviously, it gets a little hotter up here at the top, and then when you go back to one of these, it's a little hotter, so you might want to go back down again. So now let's go back up to our first perf here. I want to go into the hologram window again to make sure we've got some consistency going on. So you'll notice that it actually is confused about this. It thinks that these it should be pointing toward the these should be pointing down for the angle of incidence because your perfs is below the where the sensors are. So you can just do this right here, and it reverses those. Got it confused there. And now you can see that when we go in and look at where the well setup is, this is about the angle that the perfs are azimuthally from where the receivers are. So now that you've got that everything makes sense here, you can close this out. And you had the same windows up here, obviously, where we're talking about between the number of milliseconds after the PNS to size the windows. I can move this up a little bit more. Let's see. Hang on. Let's crunch this window down and move it up here. I didn't want to do that, unfortunately. So I'm going to drag this down again. Like I said, you can see in the diagram here where everything's pointing to. This makes sense. So we'll get out of here. And now we're going to do locate this event here with a grid search method. We'll just do the current event since we're only going to show this one. I'll make this a little bigger so that it doesn't take so long to build the grid here. And the first time you try to locate an event using grid search, it's going to make you create a travel time table. So come in here, just use this model again. Use a little bit something bigger here to make it go a little quicker. This is going to take a little longer. You can actually, if you know what the coordinate range is that's in the immediate area of where these perfs are, and you don't want to ray trace this whole grid, you don't really have to. You can make this smaller, but this is really not going to take that long. So for our purposes, I'm just going to run on the whole grid. Just about done. And that's done, and you go back here and locate. Now that you've made your travel time table, it runs through this. Like I said, you can limit the area that it's going on, or make the grid refine factors bigger. So what you see now is after you're done, it shows this is the angle that it thinks, the direction that it thinks the perfs are, which is correct, and then this is the angle of incidence, which is of course correct too because the receivers are pointing down towards the source. Now we can go view display location map. bring this in here, and I'm going to bring in these, I'm going to load the well file. And let's see, I think that'll do it. Nope, that's not it. And let's do, hang on, load well file. Maybe it's in my setup files here. Nope. There we go. And I'm also going to load the perf file, which I created as part of this project. So show you where the perfs are. So you can see that we're not quite, the model's not quite accurate at this point. This perf should be out in this direction. I'm also going to make this adjust the coordinates here. So instead of going from negative 358 or whatever that is, I'm going to go like negative 1000 to, I'm going to expand the range out to about, what is it, 500 or 1000 here. Apply that. That worked? Yeah, it worked a little bit, but I need to expand the y as well now. So I'm going to go from y min of like negative 200 to 1500 or so. Okay, so you can see that, let's see, I'm going to make the z's a little different here too. Yeah, because the z depth needs to be way down in the, where am I going here? And then the z needs to go way down to like 4500, I think, maybe. Yeah, you can see everything now, although you can't really see it here like I did on this other one too. Okay. Now you can see all the person here. So this is an example of what your, a located perf looks like once you've taken it through with the initial model. So like I said, we can tell that these should be clear out here towards the toe of these perfs where this first perf occurred. So in the next video, I'm going to take you through doing the velocity inversion to make a more accurate model to locate the perfs correctly. So that's going to be the end of this video.